Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, this has been parked in the corner of my garage for a little too long, and I decided to move it forward on the list of stuff to go and wrench on. I picked it up at a swap meet a while ago. Yeah, swap meet, for those who don't know, is like a car show where you sell all your parts and bits and pieces, and that's where this came from. I shot footage of it there. Of course, I can't find it, and had the backstory on it, and I'll do my best to recite it. If I find that footage, I'll throw it up probably on the end of the video. But it came out of Coney Island. It was a amusement park in Coney Island, and my guess is the 60s, judging by the look of the body and all that kind of thing. It's been outside. He said it was outside for 20 or 30 years. I guess the park was probably either defunct or they move up to get newer stuff, and then the old stuff gets sold off, and this was a private sale. That's really all I know about it. These are built like a tank. I have another one which is more modern, one from like the 80s or 90s, and that one's got to be 800 pounds, and I don't suspect this one's much lighter. You can tell by the 2x6 frame channels down the side of it, 1/4 inch thick bumpers going all the way around it. It's a tank. Yeah, it really isn't made to do 90 miles an hour. It's meant to do 10 miles an hour for its whole life and never get shut off all day long. So the insignias are kind of there. The Batman tramp stamp, lack of better terms. They did drill holes in the back for cooling. It's all locked up. It is sitting on dollies. I got it rolling around on them. I was hoping we were going to try to make it up that ramp. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's take a peek at the engine. It's an unknown condition. My guess is it probably stopped running and they stopped using it. Probably kids were running around the neighborhood with it later on. Kohler engine, I'm guessing. Probably like a 5 horses on it, 5 or an 8 horse. Is missing the cooling tins that went over the top are gone. That's not a good sign. Looks like the governor's disconnected. Yeah, looks like the throttle right to the carburetor. Oh, you know, if it turns, I've done nothing to this. Let's go see if we get. Well, there's that. So I don't know where we're going to go with it. I don't know if we're going to try bringing it back to life as it was and make a track go-kart back out of it again. If we're going to swap an engine out, do something different, get some of the weight off of it, just use the shell. I don't have those answers. But we're going to go move forward and find out what those answers are. So without further ado, it's not going to make it up on the table. You know what I do have? I have a little rolling table that we could probably slide underneath the middle and try to see if it'll pump up. I think it lifts 800 pounds, so we're going to find out if it's good enough to lift this up. And probably we could get the shell. I don't know if it does or doesn't separate. We could take the shell off the top of it and we see all the mechanical bits, because I'm sure everything is going to need love. As I said, it doesn't even roll, so you know, I'm sure all the tires and everything are shot too. All right, let me get set up and we'll have a evening of wrenching. 2,200 pounds. I think we're under that. How's our balance? Perfect. I think what might be our best bet, we'll get that other lift right out of the way, we'll slide it out, and I'll wiggle this thing up into the work area over there. That's a little better. You can see what we're kind of working with. I would figure the upper and lower shell would split. I'm sure they didn't work on it its whole life. Like, you had to do wheels and stuff. It must be a pain in the ass with the body in the way, right? Yeah, so I would think this shell would come off of this one. So probably those screws. You would think there'd be like at least like 4 large bolts in it somewhere that hold it. I don't see nothing. Let's take those little ones out and maybe we'll yank on that seat. Maybe that seat has something behind it. Let me pop you in a stand. Could go lift the bottom out, right? Yeah, it's just sitting there. Nothing to that. That's bolted down. I'm gonna take those screws out of the far end and see if like the shell just kind of moves a little bit. I want to just go lift up on it. I don't think it's all that much holding it. Would have been right there. You see where the cutout and where the bolt would have been. I'm sure there's probably two in the front also. That side's out. I think our best bet is going to be setting it back down, and we'll just grab it from the front cowl. I'm going to get my hand under here. I'll grab it from the front and the rear, try to lift it up and walk it off. I think it's going to be fairly heavy. Actually, gas tank, we should make sure that's not connected. That's a no. Alright. Nothing else? I see some stuff on the back. I think this is going to hold the lower shell though. I don't think that's the upper part. Quite a few fiberglass patches in it. I think it's had a hit or two in its life. I have a feeling it's going to trap me inside. Yeah. Could really use your help right about now. Get that side for me. I wonder if I stand it right up on end. I'll hit the fan. I don't think we're going to hurt it. Yeah. There you go. That wasn't so bad. Thanks for the help. Yeah, she had about 100 pounds. Get a better look at what we got now. Wonder why it wouldn't roll. Yeah. How would you change a tire on it when they're not even the same? It's got a slick on that side. And a little bit of rot on that one. Little rack and pinion steering front end. It's kind of cool. Does it work? What's that, like a limiter? Yeah. Brake pedal. Is that gas? Yeah. That's the gas. I'm going to take a minute, we'll clean the crap out of it and lift it back up in the air. I mean, we'll start playing with the engine part of it, see if it's any good. Walking around a little more, just kind of checking out some stuff. I see a chunk taken out of that pulley. And it looks like I did run 3 belts at one time. There's another one there. I guess this is going to be the clutch. All right, it's like, something's got to be the clutch. That or that. I'm going to say it's under here. And it looks like the alignment of that is out of whack. And straight in the one that's up there is really kicked on an angle. Definitely not going to roll. I wonder if it's like a ratcheting Is that just playing it? There we go. Is that turning that engine over, or? Yeah, it turns the engine. Something's got to be a clutch, though. You got to hop on it while it's going. All right, kids, hurry up. Get on there. All right, let's, like I said, I'm going to finish cleaning it out. That's a little better. I don't see any major damage to the floors or anything. All seems to be decent in the fiberglass. Let's see about, first of all, where would you even check the oil in this thing? Maybe some access to it. Maybe that plug right there probably has a dipstick on it. You'd think they would have had something fairly easy to check. Let's get that out of there. Kind of an odd size. It's 9/16. You'd think it'd be like a 1/2 inch. That way you could take like an extension, go down. Probably never had the oil checked in its life. Find out if it clears the seat or not, right? You get it? Yeah, it's got something in it. It's got marks on it. I think it's overfull. Could be gas too. Yeah, a little overfull. Alright. Well, let's see what we can do to get... Actually, we probably should pull a plug out, you know. We'll pull that plug out and we'll dribble a little bit of oil down inside it. I'll start with you. Yeah, we'll get that out. Yeah, it's been a day or two. Let's go shoot some oil in it. Got automatic transmission fluid. It's thin. Thinner. I don't know if that will work around. Actually, I got to get it over there. There we go. The piston's over here. It's a flathead, so there's a valve, exhaust valve here, and an intake valve here. Can we rotate this from... Moves. Excuse you. I wonder if we can get these belts off of there, so not trying to turn the whole drivetrain. And maybe we can kind of work on that pull starter. We can put like a, we could put like a socket or something on here to spin it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we can try. That's probably why it's got a broken chunk out of it. So try taking it off. Got some play in it. Can we loosen up? Yeah. Maybe we could loosen those up and get the belts out of the way. Actually, I think the pull start is trying to function. And that is the clutch too. See if it's gonna get compression. It's got compression. Alright. Let's go throw that plug on that plug wire real quick and we'll give that a zap and see if it has any spark. Looking right there. Nope, no sparking, and we're definitely kicking out a mouse nest or two from the fan shroud behind it. So that would mean we would need to get to the coil part of it. I'm looking real quick to see if we see any kind of kill switch. Any wire anywhere that would cause us not to have spark. That's the kill right there. That might actually be the points. If that is, that'd be easier to get to. The magneto will be under there. Yeah, let's go pop that cover off real quick and we'll see. That might be the points and it just holds the points open. I think that exhaust pipe is ready to give up. Let's see if we can get rid of that out of our way. Bit me. There we go. We're in. Let's see if there's any critters living in there. Looks like that was a muffler one time. No. Just regular house plumbing. Alright, let's go see if we can get the air gun. Let's pull some of that crap off of there. And see if we can get the cover off. I ended up jacking it up in the air more. I was like, why am I working on the ground? See if we can get that out of there. And hopefully we can get spark through the points, because I think we'll have to probably pull the engine to get the, not that it's a big a deal, but we'll have to pull the engine to get the to the flywheel. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah. And hopefully they got caked up corrosion on them. Oh yeah. See if we can get you closer. Those guys right there. A bunch of crap on the outside edge, and then it has to get removed. And make an on-off signal for us. Let's go drag. Do that, just bust all the crap off. We'll go drag a set of file points on that. Maybe we'll hit it with like a little bit of carb cleaner or something. See if anything comes back. See if we can get in there. It's like generally you rub the file over it, you get like a grinding sound. It felt like goo. Of that. Use some brake cleaner. Is there any difference between brake cleaner and carb cleaner other than the name? I wonder if it's the same stuff. I guess we should turn it over. Let me go clean that too. We'll turn it over, see if we got a point gap. Keep filing at it, we're gonna have one. Let's go see what we got. Got to move my light. Hold on. Yeah, they were already open. That looks about right. The gap looks fairly decent. Let's go throw that plug back in and we'll spin it over again. Here's that little shut off that was on that cover. Little piece of flexible metal. This goes to the back of the points, probably just grounds it out right to there. Shut it down. Kind of hard to use when you're riding it though. You think you'd have a kill switch up by the steering wheel. Right there. Nothing. Nuts are falling out of it. Not mine. Actually, I think we can get to the other side of the engine. I don't think there's much holding that back sheet on. It looks like there's a couple of sheetrock screws, one there and one there. Maybe that'll come off and we can access the other side of it. There you go. I'm going to try one more time cleaning those points a little bit and give her one last shot before we try pulling that cover off of there. Because I'm hoping it is the points, but if not, we're probably going to need a component that's underneath the flywheel. It's not like there's something we can clean and bring back to life. At least I don't think so. And I know that light's too bright for you, but there's definitely still a bunch of crap on there. But nothing's saying that something didn't fail in it, and that's why they stopped riding it too, you know? My guess would have been the tires. I think that the tires would have crapped out. And judging by how much of it looks like how much of a pain in the ass they are to change, they went and bought mini bikes or something. Yeah, you figure it was the 70s that this thing was probably the last time it was ridden, you know? Let me go see what that does. Let me go check that top surface. Make sure we can see shine. See shine on both of them. Try it again. Do I even have to move you? Can you see the plug? I can see the plug. You can see the plug. Yep, there we go. Good. I saw one, then it went away. I'm gonna go throw that back in there and take an air gun and try shooting all that crap that's shooting out of the shroud. I don't be able to see it, but there was like nuts popping out of it everywhere, so I think that was more squirrels than mice, but who knows. Some of them even still full. Alright, let's go see. Pop that plug out of there real quick. Spin over, see more crap comes out. There we go. Good. You know what I want to try doing, don't you? Yes, you do. This is gas. Good stuff. Let's see what she does. It is, looks like it's on idle. We can kind of, now it's, now it's full throttle. Yeah, live a little. All right, see what we get. Try to not get myself caught up in the pulleys too. Pop back through the carb. Pull starts letting go. I think it's got so much drag over the whole system, I'm kind of fighting it. I wonder if we should pop those belts off. All right. All right. Let's see if she does. Popping. Can't get a good pull on it. Can't get a really good pull on it because you're so far away. Let's go. Full throttle. Whoops. That won't start a fire. There you go. You might call that a win. All right, she'll go. Good. And catch her breath. Let's give her one more. I like to try to get a couple of fires in a row out of it, you know what I mean? A little and die. All right. Give me another component that will at least function. Let's get that carburetor off of there and see what's going on. That's a little crunchy. I'll probably end up cutting that one off. There she goes. A little homemade linkage there. It's like a coat hanger on top. That right there looks like a bent up coat hanger. I get 2 screws and it should come off of there. Now that's a screwdriver. The back one I think is going to be finicky. I think we're going to have to try to grab that one with a wrench. Yeah. That one cracked. And the other one, yeah, I think we have to get in with a little tiny wrench on the other one. Yeah, get that out of there. To the bench. Yeah, see what surprises are in this one. A lot of rust is coming out. Is that a bad sign? Yeah. Anything the last time that one ran. Hopefully the float is still good. We're going to end up popping this whole thing apart and put it in an ultrasonic cleaner. That's funny. It's turned into clay. Yeah, I don't think putting gas in that one made it run. And let's go knock the pin out, get the float off. We'll get that in a second. I don't have that with me. Let's go get the air fuel mix screws out of it. And we're going to let this one take a bath. It's going to need it. There we go. This is going to be a long one. This is the one that goes all the way down to the... There you go. Yeah. Let's go get that pin out of there. Get the float off. Get this gasket off. Might be able to push it right out. Sometimes they're just sitting in there and the float bowl holds it from sliding side to side, like this one. My problem is this one's a brass float, and it's a brass float, and they have a tendency to crack and fill up. Not anything yet, but she doesn't look very promising either. We'll see. We'll throw that in the cleaner too. That. Let's get the needle out of it. Tip is on the needle, the rubber part of it, lack of better words. I don't think digging that gasket out, I think is going to ruin it. I don't know if I have any of that stuff, but I think if we dig it out of there, it's definitely going to ruin it. I think if we leave it in place, we stand a chance of it surviving, possibly even softening up again. We may have one down the center to try and get out. Let's see if you can get on it. Yeah. Should be there. And that. And nope. I don't see a way for that to come out of there. It does not have a slot cut in the center of it to unscrew from the top. I wouldn't think so. Yeah, that's not happening. All right, off to the bath. Everybody in the deep end. Try to throw the needles in there so they stay with it. And see if that floats. Now it'll float now, but nothing says later on when we come back it's still floating. So we're gonna go heat it up to 50 Celsius and let it buzz away while we work on something else. Well, I'd say we could probably jump on wheels, tires. I think that might be an issue, huh? Not going anywhere with those. Oh, a lot of axle. Put it right through the center of it. That might be a little hard to patch. And my question is, how do we get those suckers out of there? I wonder if they are bolts. Maybe they're bolts that go in real far. You take the bolts out, and it looks like maybe those are spacers, and then the whole thing can drop straight down. If not, you either got to drop the axle or move that spring. Let's get an impact gun on those. We'll buzz them out and see what happens. The question is, like, we're still gonna have to clear that hub, right? Well, they must have had to change them somehow, and we're gonna figure that out. Not that way, you're not. Is that a nut and bolt? That one's a nut and bolt. That's the one we need to get out. That's the one holding the rim together. So the rim is a two-piece rim. So those are the ones that have to come out. We go shoot some goo on them. Give them a fighting chance to come apart. Let's see how they do. I have a feeling we're gonna end up dropping that axle probably. Yeah. So they're gonna. We'll keep going, but again, I don't think it's gonna do anything for us. Bolts are off. Yeah, now what? Yeah, so just what I was afraid of. Let's go take a peek underneath and see, like, if that axle can lower down. There's got to be some way they had it set up to go do that, you know? Yeah, let's go take a peek underneath. Yeah, it looks like those. That one's not even there. I take the chain off to allow it to drop. This is a brake band. Can that just stay with it? Maybe. So we got the chains to deal with. That looks like it. Well, we'll have to disconnect whatever that is right there, right? So if we just get that. There's a key that's in it. I think that's going to fight us very hard. It's already wiggling. Get rid of this spring. What a pain in the ass though, huh? Still feel like I'm missing something, but if I am, it'll show up in the comments. Yeah, probably gotta drop a link out of that chain and allow that to drop down. That one looks like it's broken off. Might be just dirt. I'll kind of poke at it with a screwdriver, see if it goes through. I don't see any other way though, do you? What would hold it? Can we do it where we just like loosen two of them, let it swing down? I don't think so. We're gonna have to support this somehow then. Or could we just drop it on the ground? I wonder if we just drop it, the whole thing right on the ground. Get rid of that, the 4 bolts, the chain, let the whole thing come down. We could just like do a bunch of work on it. We'll check, you know, anything and everything on it. Yeah, because how you can't clear that hub. That's the, isn't that the bearing that it's spinning on? Yeah, you're just not gonna make it. Man, it's sucky you get a flat. Guess you should take a peek at the front too, huh? I would think the front, does it have suspension that rocks back and forth? If that's the case, you might be able to, yeah, we might, that one should, yeah, we'd be able to get that one. I'm pivoting it. Yeah, good. All right, get that back apart. Well, common sense would tell us that there should be a master link on that somewhere, right? There we go. It looks like it right there. I remember we were in Seaside Heights. And Seaside Heights is in New Jersey. It has a boardwalk. Had a boardwalk. I'm not sure if it's still there. Anyway, they had go-karts on the boardwalk. And it was raining. It kind of had like, nobody was around because it was raining and all. But the we talked the guy into letting us take the go-karts out. It was awesome because the wood was wet. You drifted around the whole course. It wasn't very fast, but you know, wet wood. Joke there. I mean, for a very good time. I think I went about 10 rounds. Hopefully that comes out of there. The chain drops down. We could probably soak that chain in oil too. That wouldn't hurt it. I might have a new one too. Damn it. Yeah, got a couple of frozen links in it right there. I won't put any ultrasonically, but we'll probably soak in like kerosene or something maybe. Get that out of there. Should be free. That'll be enough room to clear that though. I guess we can probably go backwards, right? Brake shoes. Yeah, let's have be an issue. Alright, let's go lube them up, get an impact gun. I think we have to get a wrench on top too though. I think just so we come down and bash us in the teeth, maybe we should throw some clamps on it, because that would hurt. It'd be kind of expensive, so let's just kind of make an attempt. Make it. The other way? Yeah. Maybe we'll get some shorter ones. We'll go the other way and give it about, you know, that much room, so when it drops down it can only do a couple inches. How about some of these? That work? Did we hit? We did. All right. How we probably get them to release easier too, you know. Let's see if we can get them without being underneath it. That's a 1. 2. Three. That bolt is in the front there. I think it's just snapped off. Number 4th one. Double check it again, but I don't think there's anything there. No. Put a wrench on it, should move, right? Moves. We release those vice grips and it stays put. And it might be threaded in from the top. Let's back you up, get the light out of there, and see what happens. Well, I don't think there's any good reason to drop it from 4 feet in the air, so let's... We're smarter, not harder, right? Well, we could drop it from a foot. Let's see what happens. There you go. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Through a wheel. It's off of there now. I think the next thing we got to go do is clean up this mess, get the body out of our way. We use that table over there to work on and do some dissection. What a weird hub setup, huh? What is that? Like, why would it just... I don't get it. So the brake band is... This is the regular axle. Then they went with this long setup to put the brake band on. Why couldn't the brakes be there? Don't know. Unfortunately for us, they are split rims. Makes it a little bit easier to work with. They're rotted pretty bad, huh? Yeah. So we need, what size were they? 410 by 6. So we need something with a 6-inch, roughly 6-inch. Not for highway service, says you. And we go look in our stash. I'm thinking maybe like lawnmower front tires, but I have a feeling they're going to be too big to fit in that window. We'll see. Do you have an offset to them? We got about, what, 2 inches on that side. That looks about the same, huh? I was hoping we could flip the rims around if we had to. But what the front? Are the front the same? I would think they would be. Steal the front ones, you know? Yeah. Yeah, they're the same. These are off a little mini bike. What are they? 6.5. No good. Don't think there's anything small over here. I see a wheelbarrow wheel back there. It's only going to be one though. While I'm here, here's the other go-karts that we did, and we put a V-twin engine in this one. Goes pretty good. That was dark, you can't see, but that's packed in, and it's got electric start, which is nice. Little mag wheel. It's a 6, but I think they're going to be too fat for us. Keep those in mind. Actually, it looks like they're kind of blown out, huh? Yeah. I believe these are off of I think they're airplane wheels. Those two. I think they're kind of fat too. They say 6 though on them, right? Yeah, let's go bring them downstairs just in case. For some reason, that 6 inches looks bigger than that 6 inches. So the outer edge, it is a 7 1/4 and a little under 7. Yeah, it's a little further going across. I think the lip is just larger on it. Problem we're going to run into. It's a tad bigger. Should have probably measured that axle while it was in there, see how much room we had to work with. I don't think we have that much. I think what I want to do is go hunt at home. I got a stash of stuff behind the house, and maybe we could find something that's a little bit less intrusive. Also stop at Tractor Supply and just see how much new ones are. If they're 20 bucks a piece, we'll just get 4 new tires. If they're 80 bucks a piece, we're gonna go try something else. Yeah, let's go check out that carburetor, see how it's doing. The vibration runs for about 35 minutes. Float's still floating. That's a good sign. Let's go see how other bits are looking. I think that's decent and hot. We'll rinse that stuff off with water. And we'll bring that back to the bench. A tad windy. We're out with my stash. Let's see what we got. Those are 8s, right? Yeah. Bring them with us, possibly use the tire and rim together. Give it a little bit of height under it. We'll take those 2. If not, they'll get used on something else, right? I think like snowblower tires are really kind of what we're looking for. I think it's about the right size. Too small. 8-inch. Oh, ain't gonna work. So I went tire shopping and I didn't really find what I needed. So I figured we're just gonna order a set of 4. Yeah, I know, right? Spending some money. But I want to see if we have any other issues. So let's get, if we can, these beads broken and just one of these rims broken down. And see if there's anything else I need to order so that we don't have any surprises. Of course, tubes. Figure I break the bead before I split the rims. It'll be a little easier to work with. As you can tell, it wasn't just exactly gonna fall apart. Let's see if we can rotate a little. So I'm gonna futz with this for a minute or two. Whip it out of the vise. Come on. I end up cutting him off. I'll bring it back. Will it? Be almost off there. Flip up and punch me in the face, I know it is. How can you be so close? Alright, back to the tire machine. The other side, on the other hand, I think that might be a little bit of an issue. Yeah. Got nothing to push against. Who's your daddy? Imagine if they weren't split rims. Holy. A little bit of rust got to them. Alright, let's get those halves out of there. See what we got. Like I tell you, I'm not looking forward to doing that 3 more times. That was a big fight. They should be okay. We'll clean them up. Probably throw some paint on the inside of them. Maybe. Beat the lips back to where they should go. I was just hoping that... This is the worst one of them all. I was just concerned about rot. But again, they got tubes in them, so it shouldn't be too bad. Bet you those are original. I say we throw that card back together. Get that out of our way. I'm not going to go crazy because I have a feeling we're probably going to do an engine swap at some point. Whether that does or doesn't happen, I don't know. But all the chassis stuff needs to get fixed anyway. And this engine's missing some of the cooling tins and whatnot. But we'll see. Yeah, that's all that. It's a fairly simple car, but there's really not much to it. Sometimes those floats too over time. You put them in and you run it and then like 3 days later it sinks just because of the vibration that's in it. It opens up a little port. So I'm gonna go blow it through it. Flip it over. Seems like the valve is working. And let's go put our air fuel mix screws back in. Just gonna run it until it touches. Come out about 2 turns. For starting point. Half, 1, 1.5, 2. And the same on that. The one I'm turning now is the high speed, and the other one was low speed. And we're gonna go half, 1, 1.5, 2 should be our starting point. Let's go throw that back on the machine. All right, we got gas hooked up to it. Let's see what she does. Go with choke. Choke, don't move. Yeah, you might have wanted to check that when you had it apart. What happened? This is a new guy. Well, the cleaner got it. Put a little lube on that. All right. There's some choke. We have, what do we have for throttle? Idle right now. Let's we take the spring off. This is the return spring. All right. Full throttle. All right, we can kind of adjust it from there. We're about halfway. Let's see what we get. She's dry. So let's go. Choke on. Float bowl should be full. Got a couple of the choke on. You're so far away from it, it's hard to get a good pull. Great. think it's got enough gas in it as air. I'm gonna fill up my tank. That should do it. Not the air out of it. Actually, it's. Let's go. Lift the tank straight up. The air get out of the line. That out of harm's way. Back those air fuel mixes out a little. The governor's still working inside the end. You can see the lever moving. Ah, it's loud. What are we missing? We should maybe throw that little flex pipe on there. Get the exhaust out of my face. Might want to get rid of the nest that's in it. All right, see if we dial it in a little bit. sound a little noisy, doesn't it? Right here. I'm sure grease wouldn't hurt it. Open the points. The governor's still hooked up too. You can see it physically working. So if that needs to get re-hooked up, it will. Not bad, huh? For something that's been sitting for ancients. Is that a word? Yeah. Good. It looks like all the mechanical parts are fairly decent. The brakes are just scrub brakes. I mean, not scrub brakes, but band brakes. The material's probably gone on those. We have to go build something for that. Rack just looks like it needs some lube. Tires are order. So I have a feeling we're going to break this up into 2 videos just because of the way it's going to work out, right? Don't have the parts to move forward, so we'll do the best we can with what we got. But we got to the point where it runs and got a good assessment and everything. I'm happy about that. I'm not looking forward to changing those 4 tires. But hey, it is what it is, right? Alright guys, with that I'm going to turn the fans on, air the place out. I think we're going to go cut this one right here. Thank you all for hanging out and wrenching with me. And I'm not sure how long it'll take for the parts to come in, so there might be a skip, a video or 2 on this one. We'll get back to it. I'm not sure. But for now, I think we're done. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you soon. Later. Alright, one more time. See how it restarts. Hum the theme to the Batman movie. Let's see how slow it'll go. Zap myself. I hit the plug wire. Woo! Pretty slow. That's probably 300 RPM. Go till it dies. Gonna die before I get on the screw. It's definitely putt, huh? Biggest competitions for doing that too, like how slow can you make an engine go? That's slow. When you can count the pulses. Yeah, they're going to go much lower than that. All right, we're done. See ya.